Now, the important point is one has to hear from realized souls. Because there was a popular philosophy that was spread by a disciple of Prabhupada, that now that Prabhupada is departed, you can no longer just hear his tapes or read his books. You have to hear from the lips of a living person. But Prabhupada did not speak this. So many times Prabhupada explained that if you hear the Srimad Bhagavatam, his books, his unrevised books, provided you can get them, you still can get them, his unrevised books, then you will get all benefits. That is the direct association of a pure devotee. How do these people explain that during Srila Prabhupada's manifested presence or during his physical living presence, many persons became disciples who were initiated without physically meeting him, without physically spending 6 months with him, as recommended in the Shastras like Hari Bhaktivilas? Some people never met him at all. How did he explain that? The Vapuvadis are at a loss to explain why Prabhupada's books constantly emphasize the importance of submissive hearing the words of the pure devotee. There are so many references. If anybody would have a brain, would look into either PrabhupadaBooks.com or any of these search engines, and you put the word my books, there are so many references to Srila Prabhupada explaining very nicely about the great potency of his books. These books were not just written to become obsolete on the 14th of November, 1977, when Prabhupada ended his manifested physical presence. They were meant for the next 9,500 years or 10,000 years, as Prabhupada once said. The point is, anybody can associate with Prabhupada by hearing his message, his Bhagavad Gita, his Srimad Bhagavatam, follow his discipline, follow his instruction, and thus become a disciple. What is a disciple? To follow the discipline of the master, of the spiritual master. This is not a complicated point. Who established the discipline? Prabhupada did. Who established the pure teachings? Prabhupada did. Why don't they want to follow and emphasize Prabhupada? We've discussed this before. We have the pod problem. Profit, adoration, and distinction. That is the disease that prevents any person who is seeking spiritual advancement from making further progress. That is the problem.